What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Hope you're having a great day. So I'm in front of my desk right now. I'm at home, and this week, instead of doing a vlog, I wanted to do a little sit down talk. Towards the, well, not towards, but at the very beginning of my channel, I did a video. It was like the second or third video, maybe even, yeah, it was the second or third video, and it was explaining in detail why I'm in a wheelchair, what happened, my time in the hospital. I think I even talked a little bit about growing up in my middle school, how it was hard for me, beginning of high school. So if you want to go check out that video, I will try to remember to put a link in the description. Just go down there. I'll have it in there after this video if you want to watch it. But today, it's about 2 years later since I did that video, and I'm going to talk about my depression solely my depression. I'm going to talk about how I have a certain philosophy about life. I have certain beliefs. Now God is a big part of my life. Don't get me wrong, when I say philosophy, I don't mean I'm anti-God, because a lot of people, it's my Bible right here, a lot of people, when they hear philosophy, they think the opposite of God. But philosophy just means the way you think, you know, your thought process. So God's a big part of my life, but I have certain beliefs about, you know, living your life a certain way to be happier, to you know, live your best life, if that makes sense. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let me tell you my story. So in the video that I linked in the description, I talked about my time in the hospital and everything, and I went into real detail about my disability. But to keep it short and sweet, a lot of people think I was born in a wheelchair when I meet them out in public, and maybe they know me for a little bit, and then they finally ask me, so what happened? I tell them, and they're shocked when I tell them that I wasn't born. You know, it's just I guess most people think I was born in a wheelchair for whatever reason. But I was in a car wreck at the age of 4. It left me with a T-4 Spinal Cord injury. That is my disability. I'm a spinal cord injury paraplegic. So, in case you were wondering, get that out the way. But so growing up in elementary and you know, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, I was really I was just an average kid. It wasn't any different, really. A lot of kids found interest in the fact that I was in a wheelchair, and it was just I was just a normal kid. Third, fourth, fifth grade, again, normal kid, pretty, I mean, normal life, like, it was cool. Middle school really is where my depression started. Middle school is where a lot of cliques start to form. You know, you got your cool kids over here, you got your really smart, nerdy kids, which there's nothing wrong with being a nerd. But then you got your kids that watch anime, your kids that play a lot of video games. You know, cliques just really started to form. And me being in a wheelchair, I did play video games. But obviously I'm different from everyone else at that time. Kids were not used to seeing somebody in a wheelchair. They didn't really know how to approach them, or approach me, I should say. And it was difficult. I felt very alienated, and I just felt like I didn't fit in. So it was hard for me being in a wheelchair in middle school. And I'm not afraid to share this. As I've gotten older, I realize it doesn't matter. Like, I'm here to help people, so I don't want to hold anything back. I was in SPED class, middle school, and like my freshman year in high school. Most of the people in that class had some sort of mental disorder, but if you have any disability whatsoever, even though mine is solely physical, you have to have that class as one of your classes. Now, you can opt out of it, but I don't know, like, it never crossed my mind to opt out of it. It was like a study hall, basically. I did most of my homework in there. Well, you know, if I felt like it, sometimes I didn't do my homework. I actually failed 6th grade with a 28 in math and like a 40 in English. It was bad. I actually want to call up to school and see if they still have my transcript from middle school. I don't know if you call it a transcript in middle school, but I want to see if I can pull up my grades just to see what I had, because it was horrible. I failed 6th grade. Second go around, 6th grade, I passed. I wasn't a special kid or anything. I had probably mostly C's, maybe a B if I was lucky. Had maybe like a B in art or whatever. Um, but it was a tough time for me. I just I can't really explain my depression. I just know that I felt alienated and I felt like I didn't belong. Um, Eighth grade, I became a part of a club, two clubs actually. I was in volunteer club and then Vex Robotics, which I actually not too long ago went and spoke to the Vex Robotics team, and we talked about ways to improve the life of people with disabilities because they build stuff with robots, and they were talking about how, you know, they asked me what could they build to help somebody with disabilities. So we talked about that. You know, shout out to my old teacher, Mr. Richardson. That was the coolest thing ever. I went and got to go speak at the high school. But anyway, I got involved in clubs, and I felt better. Eighth grade, I wasn't super happy, but I wasn't depressed either. I was just, you know, back to kind of being just an average old kid. And ninth grade, freshman year in high school, I was hanging out with a lot of, I don't want to say dumb kids because they maybe watched this video, but I don't talk to them anymore. But I hung out with a lot of kids that did the wrong stuff that I did not want to do, and that led me down a road that well, I mean, I didn't do anything really bad, but like, it's just being associated with those people did not help my life. 10th grade, I was an average kid again, didn't really do much. 11th grade is where things started coming together, guys. 11th grade. Let me tell you why, and I'm gonna get into the philosophy, my thought process. 11th grade is when things really started to get better for me. I took a class so I really started to get into working out in my freshman year of high school. But then junior year, which 11th grade, I really started to take it seriously, like super serious. I started working out super hard, and I was seeing good results. And then I didn't get like a six-pack or anything like that. I'm not the most fit person by any means, but I work out to this day. I mean, if you watch my videos, you know I work out. Like I gotta work out almost every video. But it really motivated me. I was like, wow, you know, it's working out. It makes me feel good. Like, you know, I enjoyed doing something that bettered myself. So I was working out, and then I started to take school more seriously. I was like, you know what? Let me try to actually do something with school. So my junior year, I got like all A's and B's. I made honor roll. I was super happy, like out of this world happy. It was the coolest thing ever. And I felt so good about myself. I was like, wow, like I'm doing something, you know? And then I started talking about, you know what, I want to start a YouTube channel. And people were like, yo, you should totally do that, you should totally do that. But first, I started a website, because I was like, maybe we're not ready to get on camera. But I started a website, and you can actually go to it. I'll link it in the description. I don't post to it anymore. But a lot of my philosophy and thought process is on there, and I may get back to posting on that website. But it's just christiankudo.wordpress. It's a WordPress website.com. So, pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. You can take a look at it. But, and then I did my YouTube channel. I started this, and people were like, yo, Kudo, you're doing so good, man, you know? And then senior year, shout out to Miss Berry, if you're watching this video. She allowed me to speak to the Anchor Club, which is another word for volunteer club, at the high school. That's my first speech ever given. And then from there, I started speaking to more places, and I started reaching out to these people and speaking at different high schools. And I'm not some big speaker or anything. I've only spoken a handful of times. But it's just, I'm like, wow, I can really pursue this. And I just started to develop philosophies, and I realized that life is what you make it. And it's so simple, but life really is what you make it. And I was sitting here depressed and I felt sorry for myself. I was like, man, I'm so depressed. I can't do this. Like, man, life sucks, you know. And I have a quote that I came up with, and I'm sure someone else came up with it before me. I don't know, but it's something that I say. Nothing in life is a big deal unless you make it one. And it's actually on my YouTube banner at the very top. If you go to my main page and just look at the top, it's on there. That's my quote, you know, and say it. And it's so true. Like, life is literally what you make it. And so many people, they just don't understand that. And I want to give some advice. Like, if you're in a wheelchair, like, I want you to know, one of my thought processes and one of my philosophies is you have to make things happen yourself. Being in a wheelchair, one of the things about being in middle school and being alienated was I felt like I didn't fit in. I didn't really try to go and approach anybody. If I would have tried to approach people, like in college, people see somebody in a wheelchair, it's a stereotype. Like, you can't help it. It is what it is. There's no reason to get upset about it. You gotta accept it, and you gotta just help people realize that that's not the case. But there's a stereotype that people in wheelchairs, people with disabilities, may be a little awkward. You know, you don't really want to talk to them. It's like, oh, I'm gonna let that guy do them. So people don't really come up to me. So what I do is, at college, I'm an online student at the time. I mean, right now. But at the time, I was on campus. So I got my lunch, and I went up to people. I was like, hey, what's up? Can I sit here? And people actually kind of looked at me like, oh, yeah. And they, not in a bad way, but the way I said, hey, what's up? You mind if I sit here? They were like, oh, snap, this dude sounds pretty cool. People were shocked that I was in a wheelchair, had a disability, and I was talking just like everybody else. I was like, oh, he's pretty cool. And I was like, so what classes y'all take? I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Like, me too. And they were like, dang, you pretty cool, man. Like, you could just see the look on their faces. Like, wow, this guy is actually not that bad. You know, and if you have a disability, because I know I have a lot of people in wheelchairs that watch my channel, you got to break that ice, you know. Don't rely on other people to do it. You got to break that ice. That's one reason I work out. If you watch my videos, you know I like dressing up. I like looking nice because I'm trying to break that ice. I'm trying to show people, like, just because I'm in a wheelchair, that don't mean nothing. Like I'm going to flex on them, you know, in more ways than one. I'm going to rock my necklace. I'm going to rock my Stacey Adams shoes, you know what I mean? And I'm going to be cool. It's real simple, guys, but, you know, you have, life is what you make it. So if you don't get anything out of this video, I just want to tell my story about my depression, what I've went through, and I want you to understand that by bettering myself and helping myself do better, I have been so much happier. And I think that's how I kind of cured my depression, to be honest. I focused on me. You know, I work out. I read books. You know, I got a whole bookshelf over here behind this wall that you can't see. But I got a whole bookshelf. I got like this many books, like 10, like 20, 30 books almost. I'm doing good in school. I'm doing good financially by putting myself in good positions, investing money. Like, I'm trying to be the best I can be. And that is how I became happier. I see a lot of people in wheelchairs that go around wearing sweatpants out. They don't really take care of themselves. They don't shave. And it's like, what you doing, man? Like, just because you're in a wheelchair don't mean you give up on life. You gotta go after it. You gotta just go for it, man. Like, it's hard. Like, when I take a shower, I ain't trying to get too personal or nothing, but when I take a shower, it takes me a little bit longer to get in the shower. Like, I gotta pick my leg up and throw that mug over the tub. You know what I'm saying? Like, other people, they can just walk in and walk out. Like, it is what it is, man. You know, it sucks. I hate that I'm in a wheelchair. Well, let me rephrase that. I used to hate that I was in a wheelchair. I'm okay with it now. And it's just because I have a good outlook on life. I can't change anything. I can't change the fact that I'm in a wheelchair. So I kind of make the best of it. Like, that's what I've learned to realize, you know. I can either mope about it and be depressed, or I can say, you know what, it may suck that I'm in a wheelchair, but I'm going to do the best I can do. And that's just, you know, my philosophy. Like, it's to the point now where I really don't even get upset about it. I mean, I do sometimes, but there's nothing I can do. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'd be happy with all my heart to make another video, 2 or 3 more videos. If you want to know about more about blah, 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 if you want to know more about my middle school story, and if you want me to go further in depth, let me know. I will. I'll either reply to your comment, or if I think it's a really good question, I'll make a whole nother video about it. So just let me know, guys, whatever y'all want to do. I'm here. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm a T-4 spinal cord injury, and I'm really trying to change the perspectives of people with disabilities. Really trying to bring awareness to the fact that I'm a cool dude regardless of this wheelchair or not. I'm not trying to be cocky. Just trying to bring awareness to the fact that people in wheelchairs are cool. People in wheelchairs can do anything else. I did a whole Q&A about if people in wheelchairs can, you know, do the birds and the bees. If you want to go check that out, you know, link will be in the description of that. I'm just saying, man, people in wheelchairs, we cool. And I just want to raise awareness, you know. So, hope you enjoy the video. More videos to come. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. Peace out, guys.